What is going on, guys? So instead of the usual just three keys to defeat the team we're playing this week against the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to talk about what the Dallas Cowboys need to do on each side of the ball. So offense, defense, and special teams. Now, first we're going to talk about offense. And I don't have any notes with me, so I might bring up some statistics, but I don't have the actual numbers right here in front of me. But I did do some research. So I do want to talk about how we struggled to run against the Seahawks and how we need to do a better job of that against the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. One, this is a home game, and the Cleveland Browns run defense is not the Seahawks, right? So we know the Seahawks basically, I think they have the number 2 rushing defense in the NFL, but nevertheless, they're elite at stopping the run. As far as that goes with Cleveland, they're very good at stopping the run. They have the number 5 rushing defense in the NFL, but I do want to say I don't think it's as good as Seattle's. It really comes down to Cleveland has a really good defensive line. I think Jordan Elliott is their defensive tackle. I don't have the names in front of me. He's really stepping up so far this season. So their front four is doing a great job at stopping the run. We all know what Myles Garrett brings to the table, but I do think Zeke should have some success against Cleveland that he didn't have in Seattle. Although it is going to be something to watch because, like I said, Cleveland is pretty good at stopping the run. Now, they have the same weaknesses we do on defense. Their secondary right now is depleted. They got Greedy Williams and a couple other starters at defensive back out. So they're not going to be able to stop Dak unless they pressure him. So they'll be doing a lot of the same things that Seattle did to us. But they'll have problems covering receivers downfield, and the middle of the field should be pretty open. So as long as we can establish the run and just get Zeke, or not Zeke, but get Dak some protection back there, then I think we're going to be moving the ball perfectly fine. We know Amari Cooper, when he's healthy, what he's capable of. But even when he's not on the field, Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb and Cedric Wilson and even Noah Brown are just stepping up week in, week out. They're the most consistent position right now, wide receiver is. So I expect them to step up and show out against the Cleveland Browns. Now, moving forward, we'll talk about defense. We're probably going to implement a lot of the same things that we did against the Seattle Seahawks. And if we can make Baker Mayfield as uncomfortable as we made Russell Wilson, then, guys, I think we'll be cooking with some sauce because Baker is not bad. He's not, and I shouldn't say that. He's not having a bad start to the season. His passer rating was pretty average, but he has like a 5-to-2 touchdown to turnover ratio. He's completing like 63% of his passes. He's averaging under 30 passing attempts a game, which I think plays to Cleveland's advantage and plays to their strengths because they want to run the ball. And Baker is kind of doing what they need him to do right now. I think we need to be getting pressure to him. We can't let him sit back all day and have all the time in the world like Matt Ryan did, have the middle of the field wide open. But if you're worried about sending blitzes like we were against Russell Wilson and getting beat over the top time and time again, I don't think that Baker Mayfield's going to do that to us at the same level anyway that Russell Wilson did. But there are some concerns, one being Odell Beckham, Juice, Jarvis Landry. They're both having okay starts to the season. Fairly quiet, but they haven't been bad, right? They've had some nice catches each game. I think they're both averaging like 3 or 4 catches a game. And Baker's kind of spreading his targets around. Like I said, he's only throwing not even 30 times a game. So Austin Hooper's out there. He's had a few catches. I think he only has 7 catches on the season. But he's a talented tight end. We know that from last season with the Falcons with Matt Ryan. Dude was just a stud, especially in the red zone. David Njoku is a very talented tight end number 2. He would probably be the tight end number 1 on the Dallas Cowboys. So they definitely have weapons, right? As far as Cleveland's offensive line goes, I think they've done a pretty solid job. I know they got a lot of young guys on the offensive line, but they seem to be stepping up to the plate. That's where there's kind of a concern. We've got to do a better job of getting organic pressure. And like I said, I don't see him beating us over the top the same way Russell Wilson did, so we might feel safe sending a few more blitzes than we did against Seattle. just because Russell Wilson is the best at what he does right now, and Baker Mayfield is solid, but he's obviously not at that level. We know that. Now, as far as special teams goes, I'm going to just kind of keep special teams kind of short. Basically, I think we need to get back to the basics. I don't expect any fancy trick plays against the Cleveland Browns. I expect us to go out there and play better football against them. And if the game gets out of hand or something stupid happens, then, we get off to another horrible start, then we may have to implement some of that. But I really just want the special teams to just do the right stuff. We don't need any big returns, but we need to win the field position battle. We need to get the ball on the 25, the 30 every time. We don't need to get the ball on the 5-yard line or the 1-yard line, that kind of thing. We need to make extra points, 30, 40-yard field goals. Not that we've missed a lot of field goals, because we haven't, but the extra points have been a problem. We don't need to create any more problems. So that's kind of what I'm looking for out of John Bones Fassel moving forward against the Cleveland Browns. Guys, I really think we win this game. We've already had to deal with Aaron Donald and the Los Angeles Rams, so we kind of know what to expect from that front with the pass rush. This time we're going to be getting it from the left from Myles Garrett all game, and it's definitely going to be tough. I don't think that the Cleveland Browns are as good as the Rams are, but it wouldn't be without the realm of possibility that they can play kind of at that level. I couldn't tell you if they're as well coached. We know what Sean McVay is. As far as Cleveland's new coach, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. I keep wanting to say Vic Fangio, and it's not Vic Fangio. He's not the coach of the Cleveland Browns. But do me a favor and leave a comment with his coach. I think it's Stefanski. But anyways, yeah, I don't expect them to come out with that brilliant of a game plan, but we don't really know what to expect of them. We've only seen them with the new coach a few times. So, leave me a comment if you've watched some Cleveland games, kind of what to expect. I've talked to some Cleveland Browns fans, and they seem to think that Dallas is going to win this all day. The guys I've talked to anyway, they said that not even worry about running the ball, which kind of concerns me, because they think that Dak's going to just pick them apart in the middle of the field, which he very well may. But they always say if we protect him, right? If we keep the pass rush away from him, and that's a big if, guys. To me, it comes down to if Tyron Smith plays. We can cover that right side with Brandon Knight and Terrence Steele. And then maybe we even go back to Zach Martin at right tackle. I wouldn't be a big fan of that. I'd rather have like Joe Looney at left guard and Tyler Biadasz. I think I got that right. Sorry if I didn't. At center. But I really think it's important that we have our left tackle back, because Myles Garrett is going to be a handful. I want to go back to defense real quick and just talk a little more about stopping the run. Well, like I said, stuff in the box is going to be more important this week. I'm worried about getting beat over the top because they do have speed at wide receiver, especially Odell Beckham Jr., but not as worried as I was in Seattle. I'm more focused on stopping the run because Nick Chubb is thunder and Kareem Hunt is lightning, and that's, in my opinion, unbiased, one of the best duos in the league. I was going to say the best, but I'd have to sit and think about that. And I know Cowboys fans are going to say Zeke and Pollard. But right now we get a whole lot of Zeke and not very much Pollard. And I don't even think that's necessarily Pollard's fault. We're just not really using him correctly or using him much at all, except in the return game where we don't need to use him. So do me a favor, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what we need to do to beat the Cleveland Browns on Sunday. I think it's a very winnable game. And the schedule gets even easier after that. I think we have New York and Arizona. I can't promise if it's in that order next, but we got some games we need to go out there and win and pull together a win streak, and I think we can make it happen if we just do some of those things I mentioned right. Outside of that's pretty much it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do me a big favor and smash that subscribe button for some more daily Dallas Cowboys content. And that's it. I'm out. Peace.